What is going on, my beautiful people? In today's video, we are going to be unboxing something that I have been waiting to get my hands on for a very long time. So I was able to build my own custom kit, and I'm really excited to unbox and let you guys see what this is. I'm sure you know by the title and thumbnail, but let's get into it. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, some of this stuff I have already opened because I filmed this video once, wasn't a big fan of it, and so I decided to redo it, so I hope you appreciate those little details. But this is pretty much how they had it packed. Now, to start with, they do give you a card, and it even tells you who exactly packed your bag. So there's my invoice, and I can see that Colleen actually packaged my bag. It's a nice little touch that shows the customer service as well as their appreciation of their customers. To go about it again, they say, "You're awesome, thank you." They give us a little "need your help" to reach out to others about hunting. So that's something, if you are so inclined, you can do. They even give you a couple different stickers. They gave me two. One is on my laptop over there, but the other one is right here. They're very similar stickers. The other one's just got this coloration on it. They give you a safety warning and instruction packet. I definitely read all of it, and then they give you another safety warning and kind of best practices as far as how to set up and what to do versus what not to do. Alright, so what do we have next? Of course, we could jump right into this, but what's the fun of that? We're going to go into something else. So this is my tree tether. This is what I would wrap around the tree. Now, I will go ahead and make some clarification points. This right here is a Ropeman Ascender. I did not purchase this from Tethrd. I purchased this off Amazon. It does not come with anything tethered, but you can order them on Tethrd's website. So what you would use instead of this is the prusik knot with the carabiner. But I will say, I've watched a lot of videos, done a lot of research, and the fact that this makes this one-handed operation is something that really intrigued me, and that's why I went ahead and bit the bullet to purchase two of these. One for my tether, which would wrap around the tree. We'll go over that later in this video. And one for the lineman's belt that, of course, you wrap around to climb up the tree when you're putting on your sticks and everything else. So this one has two carabiners, one for your left hip, one for your right hip. And then I did the same setup where I can do the one-handed adjustments if need be. And I have kind of the same setup, so I can pull to get tighter to the tree. I can pull this back and loosen it if I need be. But I just like that it's going to be one-handed. Again, this was not included with the tether bundle that I bought. Alright, so now that we've gone through two of the ropes, which they're 11mm ropes, you can get 8mm ropes, but I figured the standard ropes were all that I need to kind of get into it. Let's go ahead and we will get into the saddle. I love the packaging. The Phantom saddle, got somebody wearing the saddle right here, and I guess I've made you guys wait long enough. Boom, and I love that they have it packaged with Phantom facing out so you can see it. Got the American flag saying Tethrd Nation. Great branding. They definitely know what they're doing. So as you take it out, you can see the saddle itself gets pretty large, and it has some molly wraps around here so you can attach stuff to your hips, as well as your anchor rope, and then your leg loops and a belt. So we will go ahead, we'll get this put on. This says it was manufactured in December of 2021. It's pretty neat to know the day that it was actually manufactured. So you'll always be able to know that. But yeah, that is the saddle. I can't wait to get this thing put on and adjusted for my size. It'll be interesting to see if it will adjust. I'm a pretty thin guy, as you guys know. I am 6'2", about 160, so I'm pretty thin. And I'm going to be super excited to see how that will be able to adjust. Now, another thing that in all the videos I watched was highly recommended is the back support. So this is just their basic back support. I assume you hook this to the carabiner or around the tree or something, and then it helps to hold your back and provide support that way. That was another thing that they highly recommended in all the videos that I watched. Now, this is the Predator pack. This is the little backpack. As you can see, Tethrd. They got their buckles, lots of MOLLE webbing. This is the pack that's for the Predator platform. It's simply just a little bit of a backpack that you can use to carry around the platform. Ultra lightweight, super lightweight. Now, if you're like me and just don't want to drill holes in trees or you hunt a lot of public land, here is a hitch strap. This is something that you can set up, wrap around a tree, and it's going to allow you to hang your gear on it. And this is probably the most important part of the Tethrd system, aside from the saddle. This is their Predator platform. Get that big box out of the way, and boom, there it is. So it's got a camo strap. This is not how it was exactly packaged. The strap was packaged in one of these, and then I did have to put on the bracket that mounts up against the tree. So I did have to put that on. It was super easy. You just kind of bolt it in. But here's the platform. It has a Versa button system with the classic kind of buckle here. Give that a good unwrap. And this thing is super sturdy. I can just tell that it's sturdy. It's super lightweight, and I'm really excited to get this guy put on a tree. I love that it says Tethrd in here. Just little things like that, man. I love branding. Let me get a close-up of that for you. Boom, you can see where it says Tethrd. There we go, Tethrd. And it's got a lot of aggressive teeth. It's like they know that you'll potentially have to stand on the side because this thing gives 360 capabilities of shooting. Very well manufactured, feels super sturdy, doesn't really rattle too much, doesn't really make any noise other than that one little ding when you hit that, which I'm sure you could put a piece of duct tape right there and completely cancel that noise out. So this is everything that I got in my custom kit. Now I will say I did make a couple of additions that we'll talk about, but I wanted to let you know right now I'm actually buying time because I have one more package from Tethrd coming that I think is going to be super important. They were sold out of the newer one of these in the custom kit, but I ended up getting an older version, and they're supposed to be here today, so we got a little bit of time to kill. So I wanted to talk about the additions that I did make to this already prior to ever setting it up in the first place, just based off of all the research that I've done, because I promise you I've been wanting one of these for probably 2 years, and I've watched a lot of videos, did a lot of research, and they were actually running a sale on their custom kit. So I was super excited to go ahead and pull the trigger on this system. Now, some of the additions that I did make are the Ropeman ones. Like I said, these were not included in the Tethrd package, but you can get them from Tethrd. I did order mine off of Amazon, and I will show you why this is important once we are able to get this out and get this set up on a tree. But basically it allows for one-handed operation. It allows for you to tighten your stick or your rope up against the tree with one hand. I've used Pristic knots while using my other climbing stands before, and having to use two hands to either tighten it or to loosen it can be really tricky, especially when you're trying to hang something or you have your bow in your hand or a deer's coming in and you're trying to be still. All of these things are going to factor into it, so I really think that having only to adjust like with one hand is going to be helpful. And I got one for each rope. Some people only run one. I went ahead and got both of them because I didn't want to have to wait for another one to get in. I want to go ahead and be able to start practice shooting from this thing and practice setting it up so I can get up and down the tree as quickly and efficiently as possible. Now, one other big addition I did make was the hero clip, and this was not something that I knew about. This was something that I saw in somebody's video and kept searching for until I finally found it, but no one ever really explained it. I may make an additional video just on this thing because I think that this thing is a game changer. And so if you already knew about this, congratulations. I did not, so hopefully I will help someone figure this out. But essentially this is going to be paired with our his strap that we have right here, and I'm going to show you again this when I go through and try to figure out how I'm going to set up for a hunt. But this thing is a carabiner with a hook on it, right? So you can bring this hook down, swivel this around. You would take this in, put it on your his strap, and then you're able to hang your bow from this. Now this is a large hero clip. It has a 100-pound weight capacity, and I'm super excited to test this out and see what it can do. So should be able to hold my bow. I'll have it right there on the tree with me. That way I can just grab it, pull it off. It'll be on my left-hand side because I shoot pulling back with my right hand. So it'll be right here on the left-hand side, and I should be able to just grab it and get after the deer. Now, wait a minute. Did you guys hear that? There's no way I have that good of timing. Sounds like my package has just arrived. So let's go grab that. So as you guys saw, we were able to go get our package. Now, this isn't quite as exciting as everything else, but let's go ahead and tear into it here. And before we take everything out, I did want to just take a mention, you know, the wait is almost over. All the branding that they did, they know that this is Christmas morning to a lot of people, and I just love the branding that they did here. Alright, so we don't have near the amount of paperwork this time. We have one little invoice, and my order was packaged by Cam, so thank you, Cam, for packaging this. So we don't get near the amount of paperwork, but we can tell that our package was ordered, or our package was packed by Cam. So thank you, Cam, over at Tethrd, for all your hard work putting that together. So this is the Sis Hauler 2.0. And this is pretty much going to go on the side of my saddle and hold in all my ropes. I got two of them, one for each side, one for each rope, and anything additional that I need. I got these in the olive color. The reason I went with olive is because that was what they had in stock. They did not have coyote brown in stock. So green and brown. This thing is a lot lighter and a lot sleeker than I was fully expecting. But essentially what this is this is going to be a bag that is going to attach with these little buckles. I'll get close-ups of all that to go over. But this is going to attach right next to my hip on my saddle. So it'll sit like right here, pretty similar to like what I'm showing on screen. And then of course we have another one for the other side, and that's what's going to help store my ropes. And these bags actually have a zipper on them, so you don't have to rip into them. But they're going to go on each side, pretty much like this right here, and all of my ropes are going to be able to go in them. I'll be able to put the back strap in there and the Sis Hauler. And what we'll do now is I actually have a tree in my backyard that we're going to be able to go climb. So we're going to go set this up and get it strapped on and everything like that, and we'll see if we can get it put together like if we were going to the woods. And I want to make sure I get everything in the right order, so as we get down, we'll be able to put it all in the correct order. That way next time we go out to the woods, we'll be able to give it another trial run. So let's get outside to a tree and get all this stuff put together. One thing I did notice about the bag is it actually has little carrying straps down here as well, and that is for you to attach any kind of sticks. And once you have those sticks wrapped up, you just take these, loop them through this MOLLE webbing up here, and they're going to be able to hold your sticks right here on this bag. Alright, so now we're fully set up. We got everything on. What do you say, Sycamore? Let's head out to the tree and we'll test out this system. Alright, so I got everything on like I would if I was going hunting. Got the sis haulers here, got the saddle on, and I will say it is very adjustable. Like I said, I'm 6'2" and I'm about 160 pounds. And I mean, I can really crank this thing down and get it pretty tight and pretty snug. Now, as you can see, I do have a lot of excess belt. They really did think this thing through, because as you can see, I can wrap all that up, and they already have a cord here to keep everything nice and locked down. Now, it's getting pretty windy, and I think that there is a storm blowing in, so I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible, and we'll see how fast I can get this done. But I'm gonna imagine, you know, I don't have a whole lot of room here. This tree is a lot smaller than something I think I would hunt in. All right, so first step is gonna be to mount our platform. As you can see, we're gonna do that real quick. And from start to finish on mounting our platform, no more than a couple seconds. We're done. Now, what I do want to do real quick is utilize our lineman's belt just to show you the ropeman and what all its function is. We've all used a lineman's belt to kind of hang from before. So this is what you would use if you were walking up your sticks, you know, to go, and then still have your hands free to set your platform. Now, what's cool about this is instead of using the prusik, which you need to loosen to then slide and move around, you can take, lean forward, and pull, and you're already tightening up. To loosen that, all you're gonna have to do is pull up on this tooth bite here and essentially pull the rope on through, or lean back slightly. Any weight that you push is gonna allow this rope to come through, so you wanna make sure you take your weight off of it. But as far as pulling it, just kind of push your hips forward and you're coming through. Balance. And as you can see, we are up the tree now on our platform. Very, very sturdy. Since we're here, let's go ahead and test this out. Boom, that lets us get that nice and tight. So now we're good to go into our right side over here. And the first thing that I have is my tree tether. So to use this tether, it has an open end on this side, and I have my carabiner go around the tree. Run that carabiner and ropeman through there. Get our prusik knot nice and through there with our stopper knot. Set this up between forehead and chin tight. And then loop it to your anchor. We'll go ahead and get this pretty tight for us. Now that we're looped in on our tree tether, I will let go of our lineman, sit on back in our saddle, take this excess rope, ball it back up, and tuck it in my sis hauler where it will stay for the rest of the hunting experience or this initial setup. Now guys, I'm not an expert. I've just watched a lot of videos and learned a lot from those videos, if you can't tell. But first thoughts on the saddle. We're definitely leaning into the tree a little bit, but this is what happens if we fall. I'm completely on the saddle, completely on my system. Kind of push back, get back on here. Now we can play around with this tether system some. Let's loosen it up. To do that, I'm going to stand up, bring this down. I brought it down way too much. As you can see, I'm sitting way down here now. So we'll test this out, one hand up, and we're good to go. Now, what's cool about this is we can actually swing pretty much all the way around. I can stand on this side. Now, this is the gravity side of things, so hopefully we don't fall. I can stand way over here on this side of the platform, and it's very secure. I can shoot all the way around. I'm a little slow at this. Shoot all the way around over here. Really could continue to go even more, and we're good to go. Now another thing for the shots behind us, you can rotate around depending on where your sticks are at, or I've heard you can grab this part of the rope, you can use it to stand up and then loop yourself around and hold on, and here's your backside shot just like this. Good to go. And this is holding me, I'm pretty secure here. Alright, you guys are gonna have to bear with me for a minute. I do want to apologize, but I wanted to bring you guys up here so you could get the first-hand, first-person view of what we got going on. So I got 2 ropes here. Let me switch my lens over. So I got my bag right here. My bow hanger would be here for me to drop down, grab my bow. You can kind of envision that. You can see this hooks to itself to keep it nice and tight to the tree, depending on the size of the tree that you're looking at. The Ropeman one, you can kind of lean forward to use that one-handed operation. We have our carabiner. This one I don't have locked yet. That's how you lock it. But that's just how you clip this in. So one-handed use, even if I wanted to unclip the back support. Just one-handed clip to it, nothing to it. And here's where my feet are. So I'm on this platform. I'm kind of just on the edge of it, but still pretty secure. If I need to loop around, there's all kinds of aggressive teeth on here that I can use to help, you know, maintain traction. And same with this side. Now, worst case scenario, I fall, I'm gonna swing right into the tree. You can see how close I get. You can see that my feet are not really on anything. I can, you know, take my foot off, take both my feet off, and I'm just sitting here in the tree. You can push off. But my battery's dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the tree, and I will catch you guys inside for the verse of the week and last thought. So today's verse of the week, I just pulled it up on Google real fast, is what good is it for a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his very soul? And that's Mark 8:36. And I think that's a very convenient one to have, you know, when talking about new gear or talking about anything. You know, this material does not define who I am. Material doesn't define who you are. You know, your actions, your works, God defines who you are. You know, have a good relationship with Jesus. Let him tell you who you are. And I guarantee you, you're going to not see this stuff and judge somebody by who they are or what they have. You'll judge them based off of their character, and that everyone's God's child. Keep that in mind when you're going about your day. God created everybody. So love them like they're your brother. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Like I said, I'm super excited to see this, and I'm super excited to share that scripture with you all. So I love every single one of you. I'm proud of you. Thanks for watching, and always remember, when nature calls or God calls, you better answer. Peace out.